Right. Because College Dropout comes out. You have the song Spaceship that you do with Kanye on that record. And you talk about the whole security guard story that we mentioned earlier. That song by itself has 70 million streams on Spotify right now.
We're talking a lot of numbers on here, Judge.
Yep. The album goes 4 times platinum. It wins the Grammy for Best Rap Album, but it was also nominated for the Album of the Year, which is, the big dog.
Big
dog Grammy.
Out the gate too. And so the thing is like, and we can see even in my career, right, where there's this pattern of excellence, where, I'm affiliated, associated with these, with this level of art that once it actually manifests fully and is fully able to be monetized, it takes off. It's world renowned. And that's and that's priceless.
Right. And then next year in 2005, Kanye drops Late Registration. And I remember on your Instagram, you actually posted the actual handwritten track list of that album.
Right.
You were on the song Gone with Kanye and Cameron.
Right.
Classic record. That album gets 8 Grammy nominations, once again, including Album of the Year, and it wins the Grammy once again for Best Rap Album, 2 years in a row now. And was it that same year that you actually signed to Good Music yourself?
That's correct.
Got it. So, you're now in the mix, 2 albums deep, in one of the biggest movements in hip hop.
Nah, but you're not branding this the correct way. You now did what some would have to view as almost impossible. You literally came back from obscurity and now have a hand in the hottest ticket in the music business.
Correct.
How do you think that makes other people feel, sir?
I don't know, jealous, proud. It depends on the.
I like jealous and proud. I like jealous and proud because I feel like jealous and proud equals. If you had to do a formula, I feel like jealous plus proud equals mixed emotions and is a formula for clout outrage, right? Because, and I say that because in one breath, anyone who knows you assume they could feel when you do something, right? You assume that they can, like, it's like for you, right? When you first hit, let's say when you got your first 100,000 subscribers, right? And what you do, that's a significant benchmark, right? You look at that and you say, all the times I struggled, all the interviews I had, all the times that I got it or they didn't give it to me, or I argued, or this, whatever your rigmarole is to get there, you have to look at that and you have to take a deep breath and say, hey, this is something that I can't overlook. Versus someone who looks at that and they look that over and they say, fuck Vlad. Right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the reality of the things that we deal with when it comes to this business and success and now at this point society itself. Because anybody can figure out the play to a degree, right? We all have platforms where that formula that I'm speaking of, even at that time, which is almost like thinking of it now, it's damn near prehistoric, but or before is BC, before clout, right? So now that we're dealing in clout, the temperature is up.
Yep. Well, with all the success, the next year there was the tragedy when J Dilla dies.
Right.
Were you guys close leading up to this time?
The thing is, our travels took us in different directions when we first met. I used to have it's JD for me, right? I used to have JD on Linden with me. I used to have JD come on Linden Boulevard with me. He used to come to my crib. He would work out with me. We had Q-Tip crib. We opted not to go on the Smoking Grooves tour. The funny thing is this, like, I remember when I first heard Slum Village, I was like, wait, JD rap? Oh shit. Oh shit. Cause he was very quiet, very like almost like, I don't want to say mute, but he was like quiet. You know what I mean? And he laughed but he always be like, yo, dog, check this out. Like I have at least, not donuts, none of that. I got like at least 3 or 4. I think my mom has them, JD beat tapes. You know what I mean? And he just be hitting me with shit. And I was just like, I rapped on all that shit. Cause Tip played it for me when he first got the tape, when he was on tour. He came home, and that was one of the things also with the whole me not signing the Bad Boy. He was like, yo, I got this kid. Listen to this. I heard Stakes is High on a beat tape. You know what I mean? And Running. You know what I mean? I heard them shits on a beat tape. I was like, oh, he know how to do the drums, nigga. Shit, this shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it just was like, he was just, and JD was kind of like me in the fact that he just came to the studio and always had some new shit. That's why he did many. That's why he did so many on Beach Round the Life.
Yeah, man, it's a loss. He was very, very dope at what he did, and he died way too young, way too young.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. All things considering, the irony of life is I have lupus.
Right, we're going to talk about that as well.
And I don't know what his regimen was. I don't know what his diet was. But I know that, in hindsight, maybe, martial law, what happens, and that's God's will that he's gone. Hopefully bless his soul. But, lupus is something that you can manage.
Okay, and that next year in 2007, we had talked about this earlier, you dropped your debut album, Don't Quit Your Day Job. And those records that you were, had been floating around before were on this album, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, the Grammy Family record with Kanye and John Legend and DJ Khaled.
Right.
So now you actually have your first official album out. Right. It's on Good Music. It's on Columbia, right?
It's on Columbia and Red. It was distributed through Red.
Sony Red. Right, exactly.
Which was a mistake. I think it was a mistake. I mean, I can just call a spade a spade. It's a mistake. I mean, there was just a lot of things going on with the label, and Kanye was new to the CEO position, and God bless her soul, Miss West. Miss West behind the scenes, she was definitely making sure that I got my just due. Because for a minute I didn't think Deja was gonna come out, to be honest with you. Which to me is really it's a lot also. And I think different from the Tribe situation is that I was smarter by that time. And I did have a better, like I said, me and Kanye did have a better relationship than, from a peer standpoint, than obviously if it's a big cuz scenario with Q-Tip or a big bro scenario with Ali Shaheed Muhammad, you know what I mean? And so, I got the album out. I worked this shit to the bone. I did 8 videos for that shit. And eventually got another deal. It was just, I had the same product manager that Cam had smacked in the face. So that just go to show you what the fuck I was dealing with. Cam smacked this nigga. You know what I'm saying? And eventually me and him had got to a spot, but you know, it's so funny because it's all about how much you believe in somebody. And it's also, you know, it's clout. Clout is a motherfucker. Like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, you my product manager, but you want to be Beyonce product manager, right? So, or you in charge of the product management, and so you designate me, the homie over here who just started. Like, he ain't got no pull. He going in the office and getting told, nah, we ain't spending that. You know, and that's the part, especially at that time. That's why, man, I be happy for young niggas that do this shit online. Everybody be talking that shit about young niggas. I'll be happy because they'd be like, yo, I'm so glad we got to the money and got past the fuck shit. And like guys like NBA Youngboy, man, gotta answer to that shit, man. And that's how I'm living, because I lived this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and I got to the bag. I got to the bag. You dig? So I'm not out here like, damn, why did this person get approved for 15 and I didn't? Them days is definitely over. Nigga, I'm a completely different nigga in 2023. You know what I mean? And I played the game how I was supposed to play this shit. You dig? But back then, like I said, the same nigga Cam had the motherfucking damn near assault and then wound up going to Rockefeller. This nigga was in charge of the shit. So he acted funny with the bag. And they already had a situation with us, with the label, that didn't go, that wasn't received well. And so it just was like, it put me back in so when it came to my solo shit, it was like, damn, I'm in an uphill battle with this shit. And there was days I was in my car, it just nerved the fuck out. And I knew I had to do some wild shit. I leaked the Grammy family. You know what I'm saying? That's how I even got a release date.
Okay.